नमः सर्वेभ्यः। कक्षायां स्वागतं। प्रार्थनया प्रारम्भं कुर्मः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः, गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म, तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि, विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। हरिः ओम तत्सत्। अन्तिम उपभागे स्मः, तृतीयपाठे। तत्र संस्कृतग्रन्थकाराणां परिचयः इति यदस्ति, तत्र अद्य केचन ज्योतिषशास्त्रज्ञाः, अर्थात् ये गगन गगन गगनस्य उपरि अपि च संख्यानां विषये, अर्थात् गणितशास्त्रस्य विषये अपि बहु साधिताः सन्ति अस्माकं पूर्वजाः। तेषां विषये जानीमः। प्रथमतया आर्यभटः इति, आर्यभट्टः इत्यपि कदापि आर्यभटः इत्यपि कथ्यते। ज्योतिषशास्त्रस्य ज्योतिः इति इत्यत्र ज्योतिः इत्यनेन आकाशे विद्यमान ज्योतिंषि सूचयति, अर्थात् सूर्यचन्द्रमसः अपि च ग्रहाः अपि च नक्षत्राणि। एवं ते सर्वे ज्योति शब्देन सूचिताः भवन्ति। सो तैः निर्दिष्टं शास्त्रम् इति उक्त्वा ज्योतिषशास्त्रम् इति वक्तुं शक्नुमः। ज्योतिषशास्त्रस्य शास्त्रीयत्वं परिकल्पितम् आर्यभटेन एव। दि scientific height of Jyotish Shastra was clearly innovated by Aryabhata, is the opinion. Aryabhatam Aryabhattah ityapi nirdishanti kechana. So double takara is also seen. Aryabhatasya janma Kristashaka सप्तत्रिंशदधिकचतुश्शततमे वर्षे, 5th century वर्षे पाटलीपुत्रनगरे, पाटना इति यदि इदानीमस्ति बिहारक्षेत्रे, क्षम्यताम्, उत्तरप्रदेशक्षेत्रे इति मन्ये, ऐ एम् लिटिल कन्फ्यूज। लखनऊ इज उत्तर प्रदेश, क्षम्यताम्, पाटना इज बिहार। सो पाटलीपुत्रनगरे जातम् इति क्रिस्तशक 1950तमे वर्षे एषः आर्यभटीयम् इति ग्रन्थं लिखितवान् इति च ज्ञायते। सो नाट् ओन्ली वी नो हिस् बर्त् इयर्, विच इस् 76th year of 5th century, but 99th year of 5th century, which is what? We must have been still figuring out what is 1 plus 1 at that age. This person wrote Aryabhatiyam iti grantham likitavan iti jnayate. So that is 23 years old, 24 years old. एषः स्वस्य अत्र एव अस्ति किल, एषः स्वस्य 23 तमे वर्षे, तमे वयसि एव एतं सिद्धान्तप्रतिपादकं श्रेष्ठं ग्रन्थं रचितवान् आसीत्. So Siddhanta means some kind of tenet. Okay, that means has certain known truths that have been discovered. Okay, so something that enunciates that. Siddhanta Pratipadakam. Okay, श्रेष्ठं ग्रन्थं रचितवान् आसीत्. एतस्मादेव वयम् ऊहितुं शक्नुमः यत् एतस्य प्रतिभा कीदृशी आसीत् इति. Looking at his young age at the time, we can imagine he was gifted person. आर्यभटीय ग्रन्थे महासंख्याः अपि संज्ञारूपेण कथं संग्रहेण लेखनीयाः इति विषयः. How very big numbers can be scientifically denoted using signs. Of course, numeral signs is one way, but another way is they use some katapayadi sankhya like that. So he innovated that. Using letters, how we can put the numbers down, and interestingly, not just some akapika like that, some combination that also has a laukika pronounceability. Okay, that kind of technology. So there are two technologies, one called Bhuta Sankhya, another called Katapayadi Sanya. So, or Katapayadi Sankhya, you can say. So both were used. So Sanya Rupena Katham Sangrahena in a compact way, Lekhaniyaha iti Vishayah, Varga Ghanamula Tribujadi Ganita Vishayaha. So square root, volumetric, triangular, all those geometric, two-dimensional, three-dimensional geometry, as well as square roots, all those things. Okay, those aspects. Katapayadi Sanya Kramaha, that's what is there above. Kala Vibhaga Nakshatra Gati Bhagana Dinaratriadi Vishayaha cha Vivrutaha Santi. So how the time has to be divided, how the movement of the stars are to be calculated, how the different collections, okay, in the sky, constellations, I guess, okay, and Dinaratriadi Vishayaha, day and night, these etc. They are all explained in his Grantha. Maya Nutanataya Kimapi na Uchyate. Nothing new is being told by me. Purvajaihi Uktameva Sputataya Nirupyate. Whatever has been told by our forefathers, our earlier experts, I have clarified here. Iti Swagrante Uktavan asti Eshaha. So, lineage, it belongs to a lineage. पंचांगकर्तारः बहवः एतस्य सिद्धान्तम् एव अनुसरन्ति. Lot of the Indian calendar writers, they follow his calculations, his directives. Okay. But what has really happened is, during those times, they used to continue observations and make their calculations precise by noting down the corrections as time proceeded. So, lot of the mathematics they laid down was from centuries of observations of a lineage of scholars, which is only possible if there is a entire family lineage that, or even a Gurukula lineage that is doing this tracking. So, what really happened is all that you know what happened after 6th, 7th century. All that lineage was lost, and now what we have, these calculations are without the additional corrections that were required periodically. So observational corrections was part of their life. Okay, so that's why they even set up areas for doing such observations. Precise spots from which repeated observations can be done from precise heights using precise angular measurements, etc. Okay. All right. So that is about Aryabhata. And so Aryabhatiyam is what you have to remember. You remember 6th century roughly, sorry, 5th century, and one just before 6th century, that is 599. At his 23rd year, he wrote this great, and it contains Katapayadi Sankhya Krama, and then arithmetic and geometry aspects, and then so all these things you can remember, and also about Panchanga calculations. All these are there in his text. Panchanga means basically calendar, Indian calendar. So it contains 5 angas. So that's what they say. Varaha Mihiraha. Khagolam Jyotisham Ganitam Cheti Jyotishastrasya Trayaha Vibhagaha. So, Jyotisham means that which is related to what you call time measurement and prediction of events in the sky, etc. Okay, and then Khagolam is basically locational precision. You can call it as Bhugola,
Sir,
or what we
Jyotisha
call
means
as
astrology, sir.
astrology. Correct, astrology. Okay, and then Khagola, astrology. So if you see even the Greek or Latin word, astra means nakshatra and stars, and then logi means measurement. So measurement of celestial objects and their positions, and further derivatives from thereupon as to how it impacts us with a lot of imagination includes all that. Okay. So it starts with astronomy and ends in astrology. Khagolam, which is what you call geography, and Ganitam, mathematics. Cheti Jyotish Shastrasya Trayah Vibhagaha. Khagolam Grahachalanadikam Jnapayati. So Khagola is okay. It is more about the Kha being sky here. Khagola being the sphere of the sky. Okay, not geography of the earth itself, more about the geography of the sky. So nice. Graha chalanadikam jnapayati. So that's what it indicates. Manava jivane grahadinam prabhavam nirupayati jyotisham. So Khagola has been taken as the observational science of the sky, and Jyotisha here is being interpreted as more the influential interpretations done, and prediction of time also is involved between both of them. Etesham phalam nirnayati ganitam. So using mathematics, these two can be done. So that's the base on which these two stand. Varaha mihiraha etan treen bagan api adhikritya grantam vilikya phalajyotisha shastrasya adya pravartakaha iti khyataha abhavat. Phalajyotisha means fruits of the celestial observations, which means actually this predictive aspect of astrology. Okay, so he was the first one to promote those. Okay, iti kyatah asti. Yeshah Kristashaka षष्ठे शतके, so a century behind Aryabhata. Okay, Kristashaka षष्ठे शतके आसीदिति परिगण्यते. Precisely. Yeah. विक्रमादित्यस्य आस्थाने स्थितेषु नवसु रत्नेषु अन्यतमः आसीत् एषः. This Vikramaditya was a great ruler, clearly. Lot of literary progress happened in his kingdom, and he apparently had 9 diamonds in his court. Of course, not physical diamonds, that would have been taken away. He had diamonds of knowledge. So one of them was Varahamihira, it is told. Okay. All right. Ityapi pratipadayanti kechana. Yesha Avanti nivasi asiditi. So Avanti राज्ये अथवा प्रदेशे आदित्यदासः एतस्य पिता आसीदिति ज्ञायते. So his father is known as Adityadasa, which is literally the it's like the servant of sun. Interesting name. Pancha Siddhantika Lagu Samhita Varahi Samhita Brihajjatakam. This Brihajjatakam is very famous. Pancha Siddhantika Lagu Samhita Varahi Samhita Brihajjatakam Ityete Grantaha Etena Rachitaha Santi. So he has 4 works. So whereas Aryabhatiyam, here in addition to this Brihajjatakam, there is Pancha Siddhantika, Lagu Samhita, Varahi Samhita. Try to remember 1 or 2 at least. Grantaha etena rachitaha santi. Tatra Brihajjatakam suprasiddham. It's very famous. Brihajjatake chatushsahasram shlokaha. Okay. Shata adhyayaha cha santi. Shatam adhyayaha cha santi. So 100 chapters with 4,000 verses spread in it. See, not only they used to code their science into text, they used to code it into verses, which is a second layer of knowledge they all had to carry, how to code in verses. Jyotishika Lakshanam, the nature of the stars and lights of the sky. Nakshatra Vyuhaha, this is the constellations. Vrishtihi, rain. Vastu Vidya, science of what you call correct construction aspects, where what should be established in which direction, etc.
Science of Vastu only, sir.
Okay. Ashwalakshanam, how to determine a good horse, how to distinguish a good one, what are the good qualities of a good horse. Ashwalakshanam. Vajra Pariksha, science of inspecting diamonds. What this guy didn't touch. Pakadhyayaha, So how to cook, what should be cooked, what is healthy, what is not healthy. Ityadayah bahavaha vishayaha nirupitaha santi atra. See this Brihajataka, how expansive it is. Looks like a life science textbook. As part of my master's also, I had to study a few critical chapters of this, select chapters and make presentations as part of my master's thesis work. And I was thoroughly impressed by the couple of chapters that I pursued in detail. It's unbelievable. अतः एषः ग्रन्थः लघुविश्वकोशः इत्येव परिगण्यते. So this book is treated like a encyclopedia. Vishwakosha means encyclopedia. So Laghu Vishwakosha ityeva, so small encyclopedia. पूर्वकृतीनाम् आधारेण ग्रन्थं रचितवान् एषः तत्र तत्र आधारग्रन्थान् अपि उल्लिखति. So he has based his work on earlier texts also, and he does quote bibliography exists in whatever way of what he sourced his data on, place to place. जातक स्वरूप ज्ञापके ग्रीक होराशास्त्र विभागे ग्रीक पद्धतेः विवरणम. So the some of these predictive aspects, lot of collaboration existed between Greek astrologers and Indian astrologers, right? So the ancient Indians were also great seafarers, and they used to have a kind of a knowledgeable person who could do measurements of the stars in the boats or the ships, I would say, and or even the caravans, etc., which used to travel. And so they had very good knowledge of directions and distance measurements and things like that, time measurements, how many months have passed, etc., using constellation positions, etc. So with that kind of thing, even Greeks were great seafarers, well-known thing. So there was a lot of mutual interaction. Probably it was a trade that they used to enjoy with each other, to exchange goods. Okay. So naturally, when these things happen, the two kingdoms that are collaborating will also exchange scientific knowledge. So that happened. So whatever methods were being used over there flew into here and thing. So there is actually, my friend had recently visited a few years back a museum in Switzerland somewhere. I don't know where, Zurich maybe. There is a museum related to this sea trade, seafaring, etc. And there is an astrolabe, ancient astrolabe, which has markings in two languages, Samskritam and Moroccan languages. Interesting, huh? We are talking of maybe millennia old astrolabe. So Sanskrit numerals and Morak numerals and Sanskrit letters and Moroccan, basically some form of Arabic variant, I guess. So that he saw in personally. He sent me a photo saying he was thoroughly impressed. It was a large metallic astrolabe constructed. So you can imagine that you can now immediately imagine that there being scientific person on board to do these calculations who used to use these instruments for measuring the stars of the sky, known stars of the sky. So by, for example, looking at how high the North Star is, they can, and they would had a way of locating the North Star using other constellations pointers. So they would be able to tell which latitude and all those things. I am also not knowledgeable enough. Anyway, so Jataka Swarupa Jnapake Greek Hora Shastra Vibhage Greek Paddatehe Vivaranam. So in fact, I also read some of the verses as part of my studies also. Many Greek signs have been little bit Sanskritized and put into verses. Okay, so that's very common So when you wonder how there is an overlap of how we look at constellations and how the Greeks look at it, it's because this interaction was as old as 1.5 millennia ago. Okay. हाँ, ग्रीक पद्धतेः विवरणं ग्रीक पारिभाषिक शब्दानां प्रयोगः च विशेषतः दृश्यते अत्र. It's very clear from Varaha Mihira's work. Okay.
So what is Greek Hora Shastra?
Hora. See the word hour, hour. So the hora is basically an adaptation of the time element ora that they used to use. If you go to Latin, you will see ora, ora for hour. Okay, even in Italian they use ora. I'm sure some similar sounding word was there in the Greeks. In fact, a lot of the signs of Greeks only moved all over Europe over there. Okay. So Hora Shastra is basically Kala Shastra.
Time science.
So what is
So the Hora
Katapaya?
word is used even in the Jyotish Shastra and directly adapted from that aura of Greeks. Though there is some, as usual, there are people who say, oh, ahoratram. So, and they removed and called it hora. Okay, if you want to, डंगूरा पीटना है तो हमारा करिए, कोई बात नहीं. कोलैबोरेशन है, साक्षात वराहमिहिर के ग्रंथ में दिखता है.
What is Katapaya? This
Katapayadi Sankhya.
Is
So
it
if you
ordinals
notice,
and
no,
cardinals?
Katapaya. Okay, so you can notice that it is actually the
Kavarga.
Kachatatapa. That so it is based on the Vyanjana aksharas. Okay. So
Okay.
some values are given to each akshara. First column letters have certain values, second column like that. So
Okay.
Kavarga 1 through 5. Okay. And then Chavarga 6 through something. 10. I don't know, 6 through
Sir,
9, I think.
Katapayadi is done by Jaimani only. He has adopted this.
It says here Aryabhata.
What
In
is
the
it?
exam, you stick to that Aryabhata talked about Katapayadi Sankhya. It may have been done before him, no problem. Okay. So that is the thing. I can share a table in the group
I
about
was
this.
wondering if the chemistry table is related to it.
No.
as we have-
It is simply a way of using Vyanjanas to denote value, positional values. And
Okay.
so if you had to write 555, you would write some ka, something
We
like
write
that.
it in the Roman and Greek style that V1 like is 6, VI is 6, that way.
No. That is no. This is more the positional. The decimal system is well established within Katapaya. Katapaya
okay.
follows decimal thing, except instead of number symbols like 1, 2, 3, 4,
Symbols.
5 we use today here like
Okay.
4, 9, 9, etc. They would use kachata, something like that. And then they could use any swara. So kai chata means 400 and something like that.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
So
please
you
send
can
me
actually use, because same number is available in multiple signs, you can use the correct, you can use a different Vyanjana for the same value. That's why it produce different sanyas.
Okay. Dhanyavadas.
Yeah, I mean, fine. I would stick to sanyas like 1 through 9 and 0. But anyway, because they had to do kavya, see why Katapaya was needed. The embedding numerals straight into kavya was not kind of a feasible aspect, because there was a lagu guru vyavastha, etc.
Yeah.
So they went about this way. That doesn't mean they didn't know numerals. They did have these numerals long ago.
Like something like sutras or what in mathematical terms.
I don't know why you bring sutra to the equation. Sutra is basically an aphorism that gives certain aspect. Yeah. Yeah, you verses. They would use this in verses, not sutra. Sutra doesn't have any restriction as to you have to follow certain meter. So you can write
Sir,
what you
can I
wish.
post that Katapayadi I have got, sir?
We
I'm
will
studying
share
at
it in the
college.
group. We will share it in
Yes,
the
sir.
group.
I will share in the group now only.
Hmm.
Then I will come back. Okay.
Okay. So all right. So Brahmaguptah भास्कराचार्येण गणचक्रचूडामणिः इति श्लाघितः ब्रह्मगुप्तः ज्योतिषशास्त्रे प्रसिद्धः पंडितः. So by Bhaskaracharya, a later great astrologer and mathematician, Bhaskaracharya, he calls this Brahmagupta as Ganaka Chakra Chudamanihi. So he respected, basically maybe coming even from that school or whatever. So Ganaka Chakra Chudamani. Ganaka Chakra means wheel of counting, something like that. So Chudamani means some kind of a jewel. Okay. So Ganaka Chakra Chudamani iti shlagitah Brahmaguptah Jyotish Shastre Prasiddha Panditah. Another great expert. Brahma Sputa Siddhantah. Brahma Sputa Siddhantah. So that is his work. Gadya Kandakhyadakam, Kandakhadyakam. That means a piece of a sweet or a eatable. I don't know why he calls it with this name, a piece of a eatable. So Kandakadyakam cheti grantadvayam rachitavanasti esha. Tough names. Brahmasputa Siddhantah Kandakadyakam. Okay, iti grantadvayam. Brahmasputa Siddhante
So what would
दृश्यमानात्
be the meaning of
उल्लेखात्
Brahmasputa?
ज्ञायते यत् एषः क्रिस्तशक नव नवशी नव अष्ट सो नवशीति नवशीत्यधिक पंचशत तमे वर्षे पंचशततमे वर्षे. So 2 years before 600. Okay. So just at the end of the 6th century. Varshe Janma Praptavaniti. So another, he is a little further removed from the earlier two. Okay. Iti Vishnuguptaha iti etasya pituhu nama iti Ashrayadata Raja Vyagra Namakaha iti. So Vyagra was the name of the king, which literally means tiger. Okay. Trimshattame vayasi tena sakcha grantaha rachitaha iti. So at 30th year of his age, he created this ब्रह्मस्फुट सिद्धांतः. ब्रह्मस्फुट सिद्धांते ग्रहगणितं पाटीगणितं क्षेत्रगणितं इत्यादयः विभागः सन्ति. So obviously Grahaganita relates to planetary thing. I'm not too precisely knowledgeable what this Pati Shabda means in Ganita, but let us take it. Maybe it means line and things like that. I don't know. Kshetra Ganita means area related. Okay. So how to measure areas of odd shaped objects and things like that. Okay. Which was very critical for record keeping, etc. of the land. Ityadeha vibhagaha santi. So that is the little bit about Brahmagupta. Okay. So Vyagra Namaka Raja राज्ञः आस्थाने आसीत् एषः विष्णुगुप्तस्य पुत्रः एव. अस्तु, त्यजामः. बहु न लिखितमस्ति, एतावत् मनसि स्थापयामः. कोऽपि किमपि वक्तुम् इच्छति वा? I kept hearing some voices as I was trying to teach.
I said arithmetic, sir. Party Ganitam is
arithmetic. Okay, thanks, Bhagini. So arithmetic. Okay.
I just asked Brahmasputa. What could it be, sir, related to Brahmasputa?
I mean, basically, it clearly explains the big thing, something like that.
Universe.
Brahma is big,
Universe.
and Sputa means clarity. So, clarity about the big Samsiddhanta.
Okay.
It's just a name. His name itself was Brahmagupta. I don't know, of course, Brahmagupta name came because he wrote Brahma Sputi Siddhanta. Sometimes it is this to that. Sometimes they get names based on their granthas also.
Okay.
Sir, would you like any of us read like yesterday so you can, take a break for a while?
No, I will read it because what happens sometimes a person struggles to read and then clarity is lost. I myself am struggling to read some of these.
Okay.
Okay. So I will just go through it. So, okay. Okay. All right. So I think let's see. There is a verse here I picked up in the image. Maybe this is from Brahmagupta's work, I believe. That's why I would have put them there. And this left side, Bhaskaracharya's one example I have. So let us read this. It's interesting. Okay. एकदशशतसहस्रायुतलक्षप्रयुतकोटयः क्रमशः. See, decade system. 1, 10,
Yes, sir.
100,000, 10,000, 100,000, etc., up to crore.
Crore.
Kramashah, respectively. Okay. Then अर्बुदमब्जम खर्व निखर्व महापद्म शंकवस तस्मात्. From there upon, beyond koti. Arbudam abjam, so 10 crores, 100 crores, etc. Kharva nikharva mahapadma shankavah tasmat shankuhu iti prayah. So these kind of names were given for every 10 multiple of numbers, so that very big numbers can be denoted with very small signs. Okay. So today we use up to koti. After that we have given up. Jaladhish Chantyam Madhyam Parardham iti Dasha Gunottaram Sanya. So even beyond that, Jaladihi is the next sign. Okay. Antyam Madhyam Parardham. So this almost close to infinity. Okay. Iti Dasha Gunottaram Sanya. Sankhyayaha sthananam vyavaharartam kritaha purve. So I think this may be from Brahmagupta's work, I believe. So that's what this is explained here. Okay, the decimal, or you can call it decadic system that they had. Okay. Bhaskaracharyasya namnah Shravanadev sarve Leelavati iti grantham smaranti. It's a brilliant book, Leelavati. It happens to be the name of his daughter. Bhaskaracharyasya namnah Shravanadev sarve Leelavati iti grantham smaranti. Kintu Leelavati iti swatantrah grantah na. It's not like an independent text. Siddhanta Shiromanihi ityetasya grantasya kaschana bhagah saha. So it's part of something even bigger authored by him called Siddhanta Shiromanihi. This is more famous because it's very interesting. For example, it has verses like, hey, oh, okay, we will read this later. Okay, let us reserve ourselves for that. Siddhanta Shiromani ityetasya grantasya kaschana bhagah. Bhaskaracharyasya Leelavati namika vidhava putri asit. Oh, she had lost her husband. So he lived with his daughter who had lost her husband. So she stayed with her dad. Tasyaha khedasya nivaranartham yat ganitam bodhitam tat Leelavati iti namna eva khyatam abhavat. Because her name was Leelavati, the entire thing started getting called Leelavati. So he created puzzles for her to keep her entertained. And that those puzzles were mathematical puzzles. He being a mathematician, you can very much imagine the intellect level in this household. तस्याः खेदस्य निवारणार्थं यद् गणितं बोधितं तत् लीलावती इति नाम्ना एव ख्यातम् अभवत् इति कथा श्रूयते. I would like to believe, because the way it is verses are created, it's very clear. Leelavati bhagah pati ganitam, anka ganitam, arithmetic, like anka ganita we know, no? It's arithmetic. Nirupayati. Sankalana vyavakalanadini, addition, subtraction. Ganitasya sarvani angani, all the different aspects of mathematics. Pratipadayati Leelavati bhagah, division, multiplication, square, square root, etc., etc., etc. Bhaskaracharyasya aparah grantah Karana kutuhalam iti. Okay. So kutuhala means curiosity. Karana kutuhala means some kind of instrument curiosity, something like that. If we want to take it literally. Atra panchanga nirmanartham avashyakaha vishayaha cha nirupitaha santi. So in this Karana kutuhala, there is mathematics required for calendar maintenance. Bhaskaracharya Karnataka Deshiya, today's Karnataka. Okay. So what was Karnataka? What was Tamil Nadu in the ancient times? Bhaskaracharya Karnataka Deshiya. So he belongs to this southern mid region, Deccan. Deccan is basically corruption of Dakshina. Sakhya Parvata Samipastah Gramaha etasya Janmasthalam. So Sahyadri Parvata Samipastah Gramaha. Pituhu Nama Maheshwaraha iti. Pita eva etasya Vidya Guruhu asito. Maheshwara was truly true to his name, was also a great scholar. Yeshaha Kristashaka ekadashat तमे शतके शतकस्य पूर्वार्धे एकादश शतकस्य पूर्वार्धे आसीदिति विदुषाम अभिप्रायः. So basically 1100s to 1200s, but 1150 पूर्वार्धे. पश्चिमार्धे is after second half, so in the first 50. भास्कराचार्यस्य कृतीनां व्याख्यानानि यावन्ति सन्ति तावन्ति व्याख्यानानि ज्योतिषशास्त्रस्य अन्यस्य कस्यापि ग्रन्थस्य न सन्ति. So his work is so famous that lots of explanatory works have emerged on top of his work. So lot of details are available to us. He's become very accessible. Right from 12th century, people have been writing commentaries on his works. So let us look at a simple problem from the 12th century Indian mathematician Bhaskara's Leelavati, arithmetic side of it, arithmetic portion of it. So, Panchamsho likulat kadamba magamantriamamsham shilindram tayoho vishleshas triguno mrugakshi kutajam dolayamano paraha Kante, hey dear one, Kante, Keta Kamalapti Parimala Praptaika Kala Priyad Dutahuta Itastato Brahmati Khe Brungo Alisankyam Vada. So he gives one calculation about one aspect and asks his daughter to tell me now how many bees are flying in the sky. Okay, so let us stick to English for now. That one will take whole year to analyze for us. So we will believe the scholars who have done this. 1/5 of a swarm of bees flew towards a lotus flower, 1/3 towards a banana tree, a number equal to 3 times the difference between the two preceding figures. Oh, my beauty with the eyes of a gazelle flew towards a kodaga tree whose bitter bark provides a substitute for quinine. Okay, that's all additional commentary. Finally, one other bee, undecided, flew hither and thither, itastataha. Hither and thither, equally attracted by the delicious perfume of the jasmine and the pandanus, another type of tree, pandanus. So tell me, oh charming one, how many bees were there? So, you need this algebraic expression for that. X is equal to x by 5 plus x by this 3x into this minus that plus 1. So if you solve that, you get it, which is 15. So I'm sure Leelavati gave immediately the answer, doing mathematical calculation. And this calendar you see here, what Bhagini called periodic table, probably is a Kattapaya table, though it's not clear in the picture. Anyway.
Sir, and where is this taken from? Simple problem, this word, where is it taken from, sir?
Huh?
I mean, the word simple you have added or it was already there, sir? Simple problem.
It is, you can clearly see, Bhagini, I have borrowed somebody's creation and pasted it. I didn't create this.
Okay.
Huh?
Yeah.
So
Because
somebody
if this is
considers
simple,
this
then-
simple.
Yeah.
Somebody considers this simple because there must be more complex problems Leelavati had to struggle with.
Yeah, that's
This
what,
we
sir.
can also solve more or
So
less.
very intelligent people that you.
Yes, yes, yes.
Sir,
We
I
have
have put
only
the
gone down from
calculator
then.
this table to your this one, sir, number.
Huh? Okay,
Katapayadi table
okay,
to.
Bhagini. Okay, thank you. Okay, so we learnt about Aryabhata, Varaha Mihira, Brahmagupta, Bhaskaracharya. We wish we had kept pace with them. We would have been somewhere else, but sadly we have not kept pace with them. Okay, we will conclude the first half of this morning session by and this lesson by answering these questions. Students are welcome to raise their hands, and then I will call one by one whoever wishes to participate. Don't unmute, just raise your hands, okay? Because I have to ask one by one. Okay, raise your hands. Yeah, thank you. Etesham uttarani likata. Write the answers for these. कीदृशः मनुष्यः साक्षात् पशुः निरञ्जनावर्ये
Sangeeta Kala. One more, I forgot. Vihinah.
It's okay. See, this is good. When you can't remember the third one, don't struggle. Sangeeta Kala Vihinah. Like that you write. Still
Okay.
worthy for 1 mark. Okay?
Okay.
मनुष्यः
Manushyaha
साक्षात् पशुः.
Sakshat Pashu.
संगीत कला
Sahitya.
साहित्य. We forgot the literature
Yeah.
aspect. Okay. साहित्य संगीत कला विहीनः साक्षात् पशुः पुच्च विषाणहीनः तृणं न खादन्नपि जीवमानः तद्भागधेयं परमं पशूनां. What a beautiful second line. They were very cutting. Our ancients in their kavya, they were merciless. Shivaha kaya tushtaha abhavat. I will call upon Gopala Krishnan Jayashri. Jayashri,
Yes, sir. Shivaha Parvatyaha Bhaktya Pritya cha Santushtaha. I
Abhavat.
borrowed it from.
Correct. No. It's fine. See, you can add a little, few words according to your feeling. That is the freedom you have. But correct. Parvatyaha is important. Or Parvatya tushtaha bhavat. But here Parvatyaha tapasa tushtaha bhavat is little bit more. But tapasa shraddhaya cha tushtaha bhavat. Pritya cha. That also is very good what you said. Okay. So what? Shivaha Parvatyaha Nishkalmasha Bhaktya Tushtaha Bhavat, but you can add your own extensions and put a cha, no problem. Well done. Prasunam Ityasya Artaha Kaha. Subbalakshmi Varye.
Pushpam.
But you say the full sentence, Bhagini, you will get only 0.1 marks if you write like that.
Okay. Prasunam artah kusumam or pushpam.
Prasunam Ityasya Artaha. Don't write without ityasya. That is the incorrect sentence. Okay. Prasunam ityasya artaha pushpam kusumam iti. Very good. Very good.
Sir, yesterday
Prasunam
you
iti.
know, when explaining, what a beautiful explanation, Pushpam, like, when they explain in the literary language. Prasunam, it's so.
So there are even more names. Okay. Prasavam, phalam, ityadi api. Okay, prasavam phalam may be more for fruit, but it is interesting. Some places they use that paryaya. It looks like I must have sourced correctly. Okay, all right. So where does this prasuna word come? Opportunistically, let us practice that verse. It comes, of course, in Kalidasa's Raghuvamsham. We just studied it now when he is moving along with the cow. How the young creepers around him will sprinkle their flowers upon him as if it is the Marut Prayuktascha Marut Sakabam Tamarchyam Aradabhivartamanam Avakiran Balalataha Prasunaihi.
Acharalajairiva Paurakanyaha.
Bhagini completed for us. Okay. All right. So, please stay. I'll just mute everyone. Okay. Dvayoho Jyotish-shastrajnyoho nama likata. Very easy question for Subramanyam Kumar, who is capable of much tougher answers.
आर्यभट्टः भास्कराचार्यः इति ज्योतिषशास्त्रज्ञयोः द्वयः नामः
द्वयोः नाम
द्वयो नाम
द्वयोः नाम इति
नाम
लिखता त्यजतु
अस्तु।
नाम full stop. Staha you can write, but if full stop after nama is enough. Well done. Correct. Precise. Thanks, Varya. Don't go overboard. They have asked for 2, stick to 2. Okay? Because we need to be precise. That's all. Well done. So, samasam kritva samastapadam samasanamacha likhata. Okay, so this is a samasa related question. Not too difficult. Lakshmi Krishnavarye. Ha. Kapihi kunjaraha iva.
कपिः कुञ्जरः इव कपिकुञ्जरः उपमानोत्तरः
No, you have to give more complete name of this samasa.
उपमानोत्तर कर्मधारय sir.
Minimum you have to say karmadharaya, okay? You cannot, upamanottara can be there somewhere else also, who knows? We haven't yet studied everything.
Yes,
Okay?
sir, yes.
So upamanottara karmadharaya. Karmadharaya includes the tatpurusha quality in it, so no need to again say tatpurusha. If you wish, there is nothing wrong. Upamanottara pada karmadharaya is the okay, so this way. Kapi kunjaraha upamanottara pada. Oh, the pada is not needed. Karmadharaya.
Karmada. Oh, yes, sir. Yes. Next.
So, who is this? You may ask now, who is this Kapi Kunjara? Hanuman is the guess I have. Gajaha iva Shaktiman Kapihi. Kunjara is Gaja. Kunjara is paryaya for Gaja or elephant. So, Kapi Kunjara must be explaining about Hanuman as a monkey with the strength of an elephant.
Oh,
like that.
Yes.
Kunjara means I thought tail, no?
No.
No. Kunjara means
Kunjara.
Gajja.
Yeah, there is a famous Mahabharata verse. I'm trying to remember. Something nama kunjara mritaha, something like that. Ashwathama
kunjara.
I triggered a whole host of Mahabharata experts.
Ashwathama kunjara.
Okay, all right.
By deceit, he'll be killed, no?
Deceit, yeah, correct. The deceit is in the blowing of the conch. Anyway, leave it. We'll not go there. I like the what you call, nothing is made extremely sacred. In Mahabharata is very practical. It's a Kali Yuga, onset of Kali Yuga.
So they say, no, sir, nothing is right or wrong. It's just circumstantial. Right? Yeah, only
Yes.
Life is for 2 things. Teaching a lesson and growth after that.
Yes. So mute everyone. Okay, I will call upon whomever has to answer. Charamaha cha asau shlokaha cha. So let us call upon Vijay Agnihotri. Unmute karo tu Arya.
चरमश्लोकः विशेषणपूर्वकर्मधारयः.
Visheshana Karmadharaya. It is the shloka, but it is the last shloka. So last is a Visheshana to shloka. So Riya is perfectly correct. Visheshana Purvapada Karmadharaya. So Vigraha could be simply Charamaha Shlokaha, but they have used the more classical Charamaha cha asau shlokaha cha. Okay, Charama Shlokaha Visheshana Purvapada Karmadharaya. Due to lack of space, I have not typed it, but that is borrow that from above. Okay, Antya Shlokaha epitaph. Something like that. Actually, this Charama is not exactly the last shloka. It is this shloka of the one who has passed away and a shloka about him. So this Charama is about his Antya. Today also in our family, I have seen on the 13th day ceremony of a person passing on, some knowledgeable person in the family who is an elder will create one either in Kannada or in Samskritam, as the case may be, will compose a nice poem about that person, extolling his virtues. Because we only talk of virtues after death. So extolling his virtues or her virtues and read that to the Sabha at the appropriate time after the various Vedic verses are sung, etc. And I like that paddhati very much. And in fact, a printout is also distributed so that people can take that away. So it is very nice Charama Shloka business. Okay, so epitaph is a good word in English for that. The Westerners also do this very much. They put this sometimes uktis on the palakha of the resting place of the dead. Okay, sancha asau vaidyaha cha. So now I don't have, I do have some new hands. Padma Ganesh.
Padma Nagesh, sir.
Oh,
You
yes,
mean?
Padma, sorry, Padma Nagesh, sorry.
Sadvaidyah.
Sadvaidyaha, very good.
Sadvaidyah.
Hmm.
Upamana, sorry, Visheshana Purvapada Karmadharayaka, sir.
Sat, he is a true
Vaidya,
doctor, because
doctor.
today we get a lot of kuvaidyas, so we have to also talk about the correct one. So Sadvaidyaha. Okay. Visheshana Purvapada Karmadharaya. Well done, Bhagini. Raja Indraha Iva. So I have to go back to the same people because I don't have new hands. Niranjana.
Rajendra.
Rajendra, very good. Guna Sandhi.
Guna Sandhi. And it is Vishesh and no. Yeah, I think Uttarapad. Visheshana. Upmana
Upamana
Uttarapada.
Uttarapada. Correct? Because Indra is a title. So Upamana Uttarapada Karmadharaya. Upamana Uttarapada Karmadharaya. Rajendra. Actually, what happens, there is a lot of techniques involved in coming up with Rajendra. See, Raja, what is the Pratipadikam for Raja? Rajan. Okay,
Rajan.
so Rajan comes first. Rajan plus Indra. Then there is something called Nalopa. The Nakara is nullified.
No.
Okay, Raja plus Indra. A plus E, A, Gunasandhi. So Rajendra. Okay, so Rajan iti Pratipadikam sthapayitva Nakarasya lopam krutva तदनन्तरम् अकारस्य शिष्टस्य अकारस्य इकारेण पर इकारेण सह गुणसन्धिं कृत्वा राजेन्द्रः इति स्थापनीयम् अस्माभिः. It's good to know the process because slowly then we know how to do other things of similar nature. Purushah Rishabah Iva. Nitya Varye.
Yes, sir. Purushah Rishabah. Purusha Rishabah.
Okay, that is one. Okay, Purusha Rishabah. There is another form.
Purushanam Rishabah.
No. Purusharshabah. Ar. Okay, Ar. So, Purusha is the Pratipadika, Akaranta Pratipadika, and then R is there. Okay. So, Purusha Rishabah is basically a Prakriti Bhava. Okay. Purusharshabah is what? Guna Sandhi.
Yeah.
Okay.
After Sandhi Karya, it becomes Purusharshabah. Okay.
So, Purusharshabah Gunaha. Upamanottara, finally it is Upamanottara pada. Okay, Iva is there. Just like above, Indraha Iva, Rishabha Iva. So, Upamanottara pada Karmadharaya, Purusha, Rishabha or Purusha Rishabha. Both forms are correct, but it will be nice if you can write both, saying this is Prakriti Bhavaha and that is Gunaha. Sandhi is Guna Sandhi. Prakriti Bhava is optional exception, right? So, optionally you can do Prakriti Bhava. That means don't change, leave the R. Like that. Yeah, there is a question?
No, sir. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, very good. So last one, I don't know, one more maybe there. Yatodaharanam nirdishta lingeshu tarapratyayantam tamapratyayantam cha roopam likata. So in the correct gender, you have to write the tarap and tamap. One example is given. Sarala, strilinge, saralatara, saralatama. This is excellent for crowdsourcing. So you guys can unmute freely. I will read out one by one. You try to answer, mouth answer. Kathina, pullinge.
Kathina taraha, kathina tamaha.
Correct. Kathina taraha, kathina tamaha. Well done. Klishta, napumsake.
क्लिष्टतरं क्लिष्टतमं
Klishtatamam. This is almost nursery like exercise compared to the earlier ones.
You asked for it, sir.
Dirga strilinge.
दीर्घतरा
Dirgatama. Let's hope they will ask these questions in the exam. Hrasva napumsake. Hrasvatamam. So what is the each thing? More difficult, most difficult, more tough, most tough, more long or longer, longest. Okay, shorter, shortest. That's what we are reading so far. Mrudu, pullinge. Mrudutaraha, mrudutamaha. Okay, so softer.
softest.
Gambhira stri. Gambhiratara, gambhiratama.
Turner, sternest.
Or deeper, deepest. This Gambhira Shabda has many meanings. All those meanings can be taken in the right side version also. All right. So, what is the additional power of Tarap and Tamap in Samskritam? It can associate itself to a person rather than the quality itself. For example, stronger, strongest, it doesn't have any such direct association. Though we kind of, without modifying it, use it. The lady is stronger, the man is stronger, the object is stronger. But in Sanskritam, it is precisely the lady is stronger Stri, the man is stronger man, and the object is stronger object. That kind of technique exists basically. Okay. Personification precisely with the gender is clear in Sanskrit. But otherwise, it is est of English only. Though sometimes stronger necessarily not between two, whereas in Sanskritam it is precisely between two. Stronger of many is kind of used. Strongest of many is correct way to say it, but stronger amongst many is also kind of loosely used. In Sanskritam, Tama has to be used. Okay, so I think, so with that we concluded this lesson. At last we have seen the end of third lesson. So that's very good. So with a break now, exactly at the noon, strike of the noon, according to Jyotish Shastra, we will start the new lesson. Okay, please take a break.
Water break.
Water break. Welcome back. So let us get into the fourth lesson. Kovida stare chaturtah patah. Yata sarvatra atrapi uktihi vartate patamaha. Yanti nyaya pravrittasya tiryanchopi sahayatam. Yanti nyaya pravrittasya tiryanchopi sahayatam. Tiryanchaha api nyaya pravrittasya manusyasya sahayatam yanti iti. Arthat tiryanchaha, those which are of other than human birth. Okay, those that are of other than human birth, they also nyaya pravrittasya manushyasya, we are taking manusyasya additionally, one who is in the how do you say nyaya here? Proper or the ruju marga or the straight way. Okay, lawful. Okay, lawful. Okay. Lawful way. One who is acting of such a person help give even the non-human entities. Okay, little bit of Butler English I have said. So even birds and animals help the one who follows the right path. Okay.
Actually, there's another possible interpretation. Tiryat could also mean in oblique ways.
Tiryak also means other lives. Yeah.
In other ways.
Oh, no. Tiryak yoni means a lower life than human life. Tiryak necessarily is like Tiryanch. Same only. Tiryak is that. So Tiryak actually means lives that are other than human lives. That is the precise meaning of Tiryak. Not the next. If we do the wrong things, we will go lower in the hierarchy. So we may enter a Tiryak Yoni from the Manushya Yoni that we are in. Okay. That's how you may interpret the next Janma as Tiryak Janma. No. Tiryak Janma only is assured only if you drop in merits. Yeah. Okay, sir.
Okay.
So even birds and animals help the one who follows the right path. Okay. So one example of this is the pictorial I have given. Okay. But before we get there, let us just do all the source analysis. Anvayah nyaya pravrittasya manusyasya sahayatam tiryanchaha tiryanchau. See here, tiryak or tiryang, softened. This is the softened. Tiryanchau tiryanchaha. Okay. Tiryach iti chakaranta pratipadikam. So Tiryak ityapi asti tiryang iti. Tiryang iti ityatra kinchit tatra softening asti. Tiryang, tiryangchau, tiryanchaha, tiryancham, tiryanchau, tiraschaha. Oh, interesting form. So after that is the nasality goes. Tirascha, tiryakbhyam, tiryakbihi, tirasche, tiryakbam, tiryakbhyam, tiryakbhya. Okay, it goes like that. Interesting. Tiryak chalati saha, vakram gacchati saha. So tiryak also means teda of Hindi. Means that kind of thing also is the sense there.
In that sense only, teda, we said oblique. So it could mean in different ways. Other than direct way. That is what I had taken.
Okay. Yeah. But what exactly you mean by that? I am not able to get the philosophical sense of that.
No, that means if a person behaves righteously, he will be assisted in different ways.
Okay.
But Tiryanka is in Prathama Vibhakti. Then it can't be. Yeah, Tiryancha.
And that's okay. I'm not worried about the Vibhakti placement.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the philosophical sense of what
then
he's getting.
no, if that is if it is in Prathama, then it has to be they help. No, Sahayam Kurvanti. So it has to
It's
be
okay. It's okay.
What you were saying. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean, one who is a Nyayavadi, even if sometimes he taken a mistaken path, he will get the correct result. That is what Mahodaya is trying to say, I think. Because he himself truly in his heart is a Nyaya correct Vadi. Sometimes by mistake he takes the wrong path. It doesn't mean disaster. That kind of thing maybe is what he is explaining. Anyway, leave it. Anvayah Nyaya pravrittasya manusyasya sahayatam tiryanchaha api yanti यादातुः लट्लकारे सरलार्थः प्राणिनः अपि सन्मार्गे न्यायपति च सन्मार्गे न्यायपति is पर्याय च in Samskrita we can do these things like that च गम्यमानस्य मानवस्य साहाय्यं कुर्वन्ति. Sarala, that's what in English it is there. Okay, so where is it coming from? Looks like I don't have the source aspect, but it is verse is available. I don't know from where it is. Obviously, I have not been able to pinpoint where it comes from. Yanti nyaya pravrittasya tiryanchopi sahayatam apanthanam tu gachantam sodaropi vimunchati. So now this second half tells that it is not exactly the meaning we want to take, even the one who goes in the wrong path like that. Here, what the second half clearly states is apanthanam, one who is in the incorrect path, one who is going in the incorrect path, even his own brother will give him up. Another cutting remark of Kavi.
Ramayanam, sir.
Huh? It's from Ramayanam, is it? The picture is from Ramayanam. I'm not sure. Okay.
Sir, excuse me, sir. So yesterday when we read some verses from Bhagavad Gita, no, in that, even killing, Lord says it is not wrong, provided you're not attached to the results. Just do it.
Not that. If you're killing for the right reason and the right person who is in the wrong way, not killing anybody.
How
Okay.
can I won't disturb the class. I have
No. You have already done it, so we have to argue it out. Okay. Apantanam durmargam gachantam manavam tasya sodarah api vimunchati tyajati. Yanti nyaya pravrittasya tiryanchopi sahayatam. Another verse. Pranarpanam vanaranam ramakarye vanaukasam. Another Kavi has later stated, quoting this from Ramayana. So, in the work of Rama, for the cause of Rama, okay, the forest living monkeys also have given up their life. So, this he quotes as a Arthantaranyasa. Basically, a Pramana, Drishtanta, whatever you can call it, a Drishtanta for this statement. That practical known quote from Ramayana. So, how even forest dwelling monkeys also give their life for the sake of Rama. Ramakarye vanaukasam vanaranam pranarpanam yatha tatha iti arthantara nyasa alankara. Okay, this is way of arthantara nyasa. Very good. Sahaya, helper. Sahayakaha, clearly helper. Kap pratyaya makes it precisely helper. Sahayam napumsake, sahayata strilinge, sahayasya bhavaha, helpfulness. This is the Samskrita has a lot of pratyaya technology available to take the word into different places precisely. So just like helper, helpfulness is there in English, something like that. Okay. So we are in the helpfulness here, sahayatam in karma position. Yanti nyaya pravrittasya tiryanchopi sahayatam. Memorize that. What we are looking is the construction of Ramasetu under the direction of, I remember, Jambavan and one more person help in this cause. So one of the Vanara elders, maybe even Sugriva there, Rama and Lakshmana. And you can kind of see something in the far away coast of Sri Lanka. Okay. Samasa. We continue our Samasa study. So we had earlier seen Tatpurushaha, Karmadareha, and today we are going to look at Dvandvaha and Dviguhu. Dviguhu is part of Tatpurusha class. Dvandva is a separate master class. Okay. So that's those two we are going to see. Dvandva is the easier one, so they start with that. Oh, Dvigu is what they start with. What I am saying. So Dvigu is what they start with. Finishing off the last Tatpurusha variant they are teaching us. Okay. So Dvigu Samasaha. If a word denoting number is found at the beginning of a compound and the compound expresses an aggregate or totality, it is called a Dvigu compound. Let us read that again. If a word denoting number is found at the beginning of a compound, so one first quality, first lakshana. So samastasya prathama भागे अर्थात पूर्वपदम संख्या अस्ति. यदि पूर्वपदम संख्या अस्ति अपि च समस्तपदम एकम एव भावम अर्थात टोटलिटी. ओके, aggregate. It is no more 5 entities. It is like now one single entity, like that. Okay, then it is called Dvigu compound. I think, Pancharatram, look at that. That is, there are more examples will be given. So examples teach us more what we can't make from the Lakshana. Then once we see the examples, the Lakshana Vakya, I wish they had written in Samskritam. I should have at least put that. What I'm trying to mouth in Samskritam now, I should precisely put here. This is the thing which Samskrit excels in, Lakshana Kathana. So it's called a Dvigu compound. In this compound, the last vowel usually becomes E, and the compound word is feminine. Okay, one type of that one, not always. Okay, so one type is the Ikaranta Strilinga derivative. Triloki, Trayanam, Lokanam, Samaharaha. Okay, Samaharaha means collective. That's what is the second aggregate totality aspect. Okay, single heap. Okay, collective. Triloki is a Ekavachana Shabda representing all the three lokas. Trayanam, Lokanam, Samahara, Triloki. Okay. Many surnames are there with this. Triloki, Yamaloki, like this. Even in India today. An assemblage of three words. A nice word, assemblage. We keep forgetting good English words nowadays. Similarly, Panchavati, Panchanam, Vatanam, Samaharaha. Such a famous word, Panchavati, right? Every temple, we usually have a small Panchavati area behind the temple somewhere. So that's Panchavati. So Panchanam, Vatanam, Samaharaha. An assemblage of 5 banyan trees. Today we don't have space for 5 banyan trees, let alone one. One can take up a city. So it is olden times. Today, actually, when you go through rural parts of Bengaluru, when you drive, no, nowadays you can hardly find what is rural, what is city. Everything is merged up due to apartments and apartments coming up everywhere. But you will always see one banyan tree suddenly. You will see one big banyan tree with a kind of a sitting place around it constructed. You will immediately know, oh, this is a village center of ancient times. The banyan tree somehow has been spared here and there due to its holiness, and you can identify the village center of ancient times from that. So I'm remembering. So every village used to maintain their own Panchavati. So Panchanam Vatanam Samaharaha. An assemblage of 5 banyan trees. Sometimes the last vowel becomes a, and the compound word is in neutral gender. Okay. So this is another type of samasta. Tribhuvanam. Trayanam bhuvananam samaharaha. So not tribhuvani, it is tribhuvanam. Okay. So that's a variation here. Panchapatram. Panchanam patranam samaharaha. Panchapatram. So in puja, in puja krama, this kind of denotation is there, right? Because there are specific types of vessels that are used in puja. Panchapatram, that. Okay. Navaratram, Navanam Ratrinam Samaharaha. So this is, for example, we have Navaratri festival. Of course, in Kannada we use Navaratri, but in Samskrita it is Navaratram. Navanam Ratrinam Samaharaha. That is the Durga's week. Durga Devi, and this is Mahishasura, I guess. Yeah, he's having the Vishana of a Mahisha. Very nice picture.
Dasara.
Dasara. Dashahara. That Dashahara comes from Dasha, which is 10, but Navaratri is part of that. Yeah. With the sense of Dvandva Samasa. So Dvigu Samasa, there is a few examples. Triloki, Panchavati, Tribhuvanam, Patram, Navaratram. Now, we don't, at this level, they have clearly told us, just take it from the final form. This is E type and that is type, like that. Okay. And this is in Napumsaka and that is in Stri. We cannot now at this level understand which ones we take to, why not Trilokam, why Triloki. At this level, we are not ready to understand that. It's a little deep. So we will take with the final form. But at least we are able to appreciate, oh, this is one single entity of the 3 words and it is a Dvigu Samasa. Trayanam, Lokanam, Samaharaha, Triloki. That much is enough for now. Like this. With the sense of Dvandva Samasa. Always Rama Lakshmana come into mind. That's why I have them there. Okay. With the sense of all the words in the compound having equal importance, if 2 or more words are compounded, it is Dvandva. So, if you remember the Lakshana Katana earlier, Purva Pada Pradhana, Uttara Pada Pradhana, Ubhaya Pada Pradhana Dvandvaha. So, Tatpurusha, Dvigu and Karmadharaya, they are all Uttara Pada Pradhana, except here and there exceptions are there. I'm not saying. Prayaha, mostly. Prayaha Uttara Pada Pradhanaha Tatpurushaha. Dvandvaha Ubaya Pada Pradhanaha Dvandvaha is the Lakshana Katana. So both the words have equal dominance and play in the compound. Okay. So with the sense of all the words, when the sense of all the words in the compound have equal importance, if two or more words are compounded in that way, dvandva compound. It is a dvandva compound. I wish there was a Sanskritam sentence there. Itaretara dvandva and samahara dvandva are two types of dvandva. So for Dvigu at this point, there is no distinction. Here there is itaretara dvandva, twinning of two unrelated elements almost. Okay. And then samahara dvandva is where similar entities are compounded. Okay. More close to this single heaping method of Dvigu. Now, Usha Power, you unmuted. You have a question, Bhagini?
Mahodaya. No, I thought this Triloki, I wanted to ask if I have to use it as a Pullinga, how can I use if I have to use it for Narada?
No. By nature, it is a Triloki, is a Napumsaka, Strilinga Pada. Okay. It is about the lokas, the three lokas. Okay. Now, if somebody is, you want to name him as a Triloki, there is again some kind of Trayanam, Lokanam, Ayam, Triloki, Pullinge, Syat. Okay. Ikaranta Pullinga Shabda Bhavati Tada.
Is there E Karanta Pullinga Shabda? I thought
Yesterday only we saw some Hrusva Ikaranta which toppled us. So there may be. So it is Nakaranta Lokin Shabdaha, and then Loki is the Pratama Ekavachana. Maybe. Okay.
So yesterday we saw that Sakhi Shabda, sir, which became
Sakhi
Sakha in
Shabda, which was Hrusva Ikaranta Pullinga Shabda, which was
and you
a
had
complete
told
stumper.
me that this Pullinga becomes any other linga when it is becoming Bahuvrihi, you had messaged. Yesterday
Right.
asked the
So
doubt.
Triloki can be a kind of Bahuvrihi construction, and in which case the pada will be Lokin Nakaranta Pullinge Lokin iti Pratipadikam. Tatra Prathama Ekavachane Loki Bhavati. Gunin Guni Yatha asti. Gunin
For
Shabdavat.
Narada, we can tell Triloka Sanchara.
He can be called Triloki. Correct. As a Trayanam Trishu Lokeshu Vartate iti Triloki. Like that, something you can construct. I don't know what kind of samasa, but that is the meaning. Yeah.
So Hari and Pati are also Ikaranta Pullinga Shabdas.
Hari is Hrasva Ikaranta.
Pati. Pati also.
Pati Shabda also Hrasva Ikaranta.
Yeah.
Patihi, Pati, Patayaha. Okay, but Gunin, etc. are Nakarantas. So Lokin would be the sense I get. Lokin becomes Loki, Lokinau, Lokinaha, like that. Okay, Gunin, Guninau, Guninaha, like that. Guni, Guninau, Guninaha, Kshameta. Okay, Itaretara Dvandvaha. Let us come back to the subject. Itaretara Dvandvaha. Two or more words can be compounded to form an itaretara dvandva. Here the words are related by a conjunction that is cha. When it is dissolved, the members of the samasa are connected by means of the word cha alone. Dissolved means when we dissect it back. That means vigraha vakya. Vigraha vakya cha will be the thing. For example, like Rama Lakshmanau, Ramascha Lakshmanascha, Rama Lakshmanau. Three words. Basically, it's a growth. Hari and Hara first compound, then Guru joins. Hari Hara Guravaha, but you can write it at once as three words. Harischa, Harascha, Guruscha, Hari Hara Guravaha. Nice word that is. Hari Hara Guravaha. Should use it in some verse somewhere. Okay, then four words. Rama Lakshmana Bharata Shatrugnaha. Ramascha, Lakshmanascha, Bharatascha, Shatrugnascha. Rama Lakshmana Bharata Shatrugnaha. But it is not in the order of their seniority. Rama Bharata Lakshmana Shatrugnaha is the correct order of seniority. Rama Bharata Lakshmana Shatrugnaha. Because Bharata and Shatrughna, though they are born to Kaikeyi, hold on. Sorry. I'm making a mistake here. Rama is Kausalya, Putraha. Lakshmana is
Sumitra.
Sumitra, Putraha.
Sumitra's.
Shatrughna is also Sumitra, Putraha, va?
Yes.
Ah.
Kaikeyi only is Bharata.
Bharata is Kaikeyi.
In fact, they
Okay.
are twins.
Lakshmana, Shatrughna, but yes, Lakshmana is considered the elder twin.
1 minute earlier he was born.
Oh, Bhagini knows, you see. She's a Jyotishka. Jyotishi.
No, here the point is Lakshmana is always associated with Rama and Bharata with Shatrughan.
Correct. I mean, there is this happens in real life, between you will see a certain pairing happens between siblings, whether brothers, sisters, etc. So, yeah, very realistic.
Mahodaya, च इति अव्ययं वारं वारं योजनीयं वा?
वारं योजनीयं. तत्र it is very technical.
अस्तु.
Rama and Hara and Guru and like that. And that's why when we speak, we also use and liberally, right?
Yes.
That is the Indian thing. We don't believe in all this mid-placed and all that. And last but one and all that theory flies out of the window for us. We can use when and where. We can start with echa if you want. Okay. In this way, the compound can be formed with any number of words. Okay. The number, vachanam, of the compound is either dvivachanam or bahuvachanam, depending on the total number of persons meant by the words in the compound. Like, for example, Rama Lakshmanau dvivachane, Rama Lakshmana Bharata Shatrugnaha bahuvachane. Okay. And the gender, this is another important. The gender of the compound word will be the same as that of the last word in it. So this is one exception where, though they have the same weight, equal importance, the gender importance comes from the latter one. So if Rama and Sita are compounded, then you have to use Strilinga compound. Rama Site iti dvivachane. Sita Site Sitaha. No? Rama Sita, Rama Site, Rama Sita iti na bhavitum arhati eva. Tatra nitya dvivachanatvam asti dvandvasya. Rama Site ityeva. I hope that is clear. So, the first technicality, dvivachana, bahuvachana, cha usage with every word. And the third technicality is the gender of the last person is the gender of the compound. So, the gender of the compound is from the last person. The vachana of the compound is from the number of participants. So, we have to decline it according to that technology. I think that was...
Is there any rule that first a lady's name should be there, followed by the gent's name, like Sita, Rama, Radha, Krishna, etc.?
No. There are some opinions later: short name, long name order, male, female, elder, younger, more important, less important, such things, right? But for example, especially when Hari and Hara are combined, like that. We don't do Hara Hari, we do Hari Hara, something like that. I don't know, it's out of Abhyasa or it's, yeah.
Both are correct.
We don't do Lakshmana Ramo, we do Rama Lakshmana, right? Yes. And we always do Rama Site. We give Strilinga, but we give Rama beginning. Okay?
Sita Rama.
So Rama gets the leadership in starting and Sita gets the leadership in gender. Nice.
Gender.
Both get balanced out.
But both ways are correct, grammatically correct.
Grammatically, weakly correct, because there are some what you call Vartika rules about this.
Oh,
right. Okay. So if you follow all of them, then some of them may be not precise practices. Okay. Let us see if something is going to be told about that by Samskrita Bharati. Sometimes they comment later. Okay. Let us see. Samahara Dvandvaha. This compound also refers to a collection like Dvigu, but here the compound will be neutral gender only. Okay. So this is also a collection, but it is in neutral gender. So there is first Lakshana, but you will see the collection like Dvigu, they only mean samahara. They don't mean sankhya vachakatvam. Okay, that's why it is, we should not get confused. The sankhya vachakatvam of Dvigu, no. But the gana vachakatvam, the samahara gana vachakatvam of Dvigu is shared in samahara dvandva. That's all. Okay, like putra pautram, putraha pautraha cha, putraha cha putra pautram. That means heap of all the progeny. So the single English word progeny refers to all the sons and grandsons. Of course, progeny is not necessarily masculine lineage, but generally even putra pautram doesn't necessarily mean only sons and grandsons. It sometimes is used as a placeholder. Putra is used as a placeholder. Okay, so it could be all the progeny also. Putra pautram, putraha, putraha, putraha cha, pautrascha atava pautrascha, anayoho samaharaha, etesham. You are allowed to use etesham. So ab samaharaha. So since it is singular, it doesn't matter if only two participants are there or more than two, etc. So putrascha, pautrascha, putra pautram. But it is a collection of many, two onwards. Okay, a collection of a group of sons and grandsons. Okay, they are being very precise here, but in practice, you can use. So, for example, dasi dasam, dasi cha dasaha cha dasi dasam. So, both masculine and feminine servants together. Dasi dasam. Or dasya dasaha cha. Dasyaha cha dasaha cha. If you want, better to stick to the plural form for the heap. Okay, anayoho samaharaha, etesham samaharaha. The collection of these people. So you see, there is no sankhya. So collection like Dvigu, don't get things that there is some pancha, shad, something will come. No. The word samaharaha denotes a collection, is denoting a collection, is used in the Vigraha Vakya of both Dvigu and Samahara Dvanda. But it must be noted that the second member is predominant in Dvigu. In Dvigu, the number is first and then the object is second. That is predominant. You're talking about Pancharatram like that. So, since it is a type of Tatpurusha, Dvigu is a type of Tatpurusha, whereas Samahara Dvandva, all the members are equally important as it is a conjunctive compound. Means it is having not Tatpurusha quality. Ubayapada Pradanaha Dvandvaha. That's what I'm talking about. So, looks like, we have this Triloki application for Narada. And I don't know why I have Ganesha here. I think here there is. Okay, all right. Okay, study the following sentences with Dvigu and Dvandva Samasa words in them for better understanding. Okay, Narada Maharshihi Tribhuvane Sancharitum Shaktaha. So, Tribhuvanam, Tribhuvane. Saptami Ekavachana of Tribhuvanam. What is that? Trayanam, Bhavananam, Samaharaha. What was that we read? Bhuvanam, Bhavananam. Bhuvananam, Shamyatam, not Bhavana. Bhavana means palace. So, Trayanam, Bhuvananam. Bhuva means loka. So, Trayanam, Bhuvananam, Samaharaha, Tribhuvanam. So, Narada Maharshi, Tribhuvane Sancharitum Shaktaha. Okay, he is capable of moving around in the three worlds and causing trouble everywhere. No, he does a lot of good. He means well, but he triggers whole Puranas everywhere. Vinayakaha Trilokim Parikrantavan. So, Vinayaka, he did the parikramana. That means he did the circumambulation of the three worlds. But you know how he did it, right? We saw it in this Patyakrama only. By just going around his parents, he did it. Cheat. Poor chap. Subramanya was going around all the worlds physically, and this guy. I like that katha. Okay. Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwaraha, Trimurtayaha Santi. So, they say some, Itaretara Dvandva. Brahma, one entity, Vishnu, one entity, Maheshwaran. So, Brahma cha, Vishnu cha, Maheshwarascha, Vishnuscha, Maheshwarascha, ब्रह्म विष्णु महेश्वराः. ब्रह्मा इति प्रथमा एकवचने ब्रह्मा इति भवति. हाँ, राजकुमारी दासीदासेन सह पतिगृहं गता. द प्रिंसेस वेंट विथ हर मेल एंड फीमेल assistants. So that male and female assistant heap is called dasidasam. So dasidasena saha. So this one is samahara dvandva, because dasidasam, dasyah cha dasaha cha dasidasam tena dasidasena. Ekavachana itself is a dead giveaway. Dasidasena saha patigraham gata. So look for all these clues to help you in the exam. Ekavachanatva and all those things. Okay. All right. Though it is a dvandva, it is the one dvandva that is a singular type. The others are dual or multiple. Very easy to distinguish using vibhakti vachana. Sorry, using vachana. It's a clue. Lakshmi Saraswatyau, clearly iteretara dvandva, dvivachana. So Lakshmi Saraswatyau dhanasya vidyayascha adhidevate. These two, Lakshmi and Saraswati, are the representative goddesses of Shri, or money and education, knowledge, money and knowledge. You need to decide what you want to choose. Okay, Lakshmi and Saraswati are the presiding deities. Okay, I like this nice name. Presiding deities of wealth and learning, respectively. Okay, Vayyakaranaha Ashtadhyayim Parishilayanti. So the grammarians, they inspect the Ashtadhyayi Grantha. It's a Strilinga pada, Ashtadhyayim iti. Tra Ashtanam Adhyayanam समाहारः अष्टाध्यायी इति द्विगुः. ईकारान्त स्त्रीलिंग द्विगुः तत्र अष्टाध्यायी इति, नाट् अष्टाध्यायम् नपुंसक वेरियंट. अष्टाध्यायी. ओके.
Mahodaya, fourth one, Dasi Das Ena, it should be Bahuvachana, right?
No. That's what we just discussed. No, in a Samahara Dvandva, they become a singular heap entity, like a singular word representing a collective. Like Janaha Shabda, Lokaha Shabda also does that. When we use it in the sense of Janaha in some sentence, it necessarily doesn't mean one citizen, it means the people. You can roughly say like this: the people word in English is like a singular word which represents a collective, like that. Okay. Because sometimes we use peoples also in English, right? Yeah. But what we mean by that is peoples of different nations. That sense we use plural. Okay? Yeah.
Sir, Mahodaya, one doubt. So putra pautram, you said putraha, putraha.
Putraha cha, pautraha cha, putra pautram is better.
Sir, what will happen if it is a female gender, sir? Putrihi cha,
putryaha, pautryaha. So putryaha cha, pautryaha cha, putrya pautryaha.
So what will be the samasta?
Putra pautryam, shamatam. Putri pautryam, putryaha. So putri pautriyam, something like that. Yakara will come.
Thank you, sir.
I think. Okay. So we'll have to obviously carefully check this. How Putri Shabda grows into, is it Pautri, like that? I think it is Pautri only. Because Pu is still common, whether it is Strilinga or Pullinga, it will become Pau. So, but it will be Pautri, not Pautra. Okay. So Putryaha cha, Pautryaha cha, Putri Pautryam. Yakara has to be retained. Pautryam, like that. I think. Okay. That is the best bet. Yeah. Go with the best bet. At this point, none of us can authoritatively say this or that. And me not being even a Samskrita Vangmaya person, I've come from outside. I can only dream of knowing everything. Like they say,
Cannot even
Koti
dream
Janma.
then.
We need a Koti Janma for this language. Because thousands of scholars have, brought this about. So we can't just master it in one life.
Sir, if you yourself are feeling like that, then we cannot dream also.
No. We can all dream, no problem.
Yeah, dreaming is free.
No, we are all Sahapatikas. I am also limited knowledgeable person here. But because we have limited knowledge, if we say, oh, let me not help others, that is the wrong thing to do. At least we have to kind of with caveat say, look, I may be wrong, but this is what I think. That's the way to go about now.
Yeah.
Vaiyakaraṇāh ashtādhyāyīṃ parishīlayanti. Repeat, actually, we saw that. Bhaktah saptashatyāh Parayanam karoti. Saptashati. Many people who are in the Parayana Krama here, many ladies, I'm sure, generally they tend to be more active. They know about Saptashati. It's about some 700 verses. Okay, so interestingly, Bhagavad Gita also contains, I think, 700. Am I right?
Yes, Mahodaya, approximately.
Saptashati is not a title for Bhagavad Gita. It is for yet another Stuti Grantha, as far as I remember.
Yes. But Bhagavad Gita is having 700 sources.
So maybe Saptashati is a paryaya for Bhagavad Gita. I don't know. Okay, we will inspect that. Doesn't matter. Some Samahara, some Dvigu. Okay, Saptashati. Saptanam Shatanam Samaharaha iti Saptashati. Okay, that's what is the compound, right? Yeah, Samaharaha has to be said in Dvigu. So Saptanam Shatanam Samaharaha. As a shlokanam, you can put in bracket. It's not like some lopa is there. It is not something will be 700. So it is actually shlokanam can be added if you want in brackets in the vigraha. Okay.
Mahodaya, it is given in the book Saptanam Shatasya Samahara.
Oh, Shatanam is not taken. Shatasya Samahara. Why Shatanam is not taken? I only reason could be because Shati is Ekavachana, but that is a bit off-putting. Shatanam is fine actually. Shatasya Saptanam. Okay. Correct. See, the technique in number is of the 100, 7. And of those 7, collective. Okay. Shatasya Saptanam Samahara. If we read that way, then it kind of compounds correctly mentally. Okay. There is an entity called 100. Of 100, 7 number. Of them, a collective. Maybe the sensitive. But at this level, if you ended up saying Saptanam, Shatanam, Samaharaha, I'm not too worried at this time. I don't think anybody will cut you out. Okay. But something to remember. Thanks, Variye, for pointing out Shatasya. So some more technicality may be involved in this with respect to number handling. Okay.
Sir, it may be 7 times of 100.
That's what. The Trigunita, that kind of thing. Yeah, correct. Sapta Trigunita, somewhere we saw, no? Like that. It's 21 days of, in the Kalidasa's verse, we saw that. Okay, Shatasya Saptanam Samahara, but in the order, it goes, Sata comes later. So Saptanam Shatasya Samahara. So a heap of 100, many of 7 of them. Some reading like that. Okay, I can take it. Okay, let's come back to the Vigraha later. Let's read the examples. So, Bhaktah Saptashatyaha Parayanam Karoti. No need for translation. Vatsa, hey Vatsa, Panipadam Prakshalya Agacha. Wash your, see one nice word in Samskrita for all this. Wash your hands and feet and come and all that is very laborious. So, Samskrita says, oh, just call it Panipadam. So, Panipadam Pujaya, like that. Panipadam Argyam Pradhana. Pradhaya, like that, something like that. Prakshalya agacha. So wash your hands and feet. Manavaha krododvega bhayaihi vimuktaha bhavet. Krodaha udvegaha bhayaha. So krodascha udvegascha bhayascha krododvega bhayaha taihi krododvega bhayaihi vimuktaha bhavet. Maybe bereft of anger, anxiety, and fear. Beautiful words. That's what they have here. Anger, anxiety, and fear. Thanks. I was not looking at them, believe me. Good that I remembered. Bhimarjunau ubhau api shurau eva. Both Bhima and Arjuna. So dvivachana. So bahuvachana. Itaretara dvandva is very clear. Panipadam. Not itaretara dvandva. Not dvigu, because there is no sankhya vachaka. So this is a heap of different elements. And it's in Napumsaka Ekavachana. Bhimarjunau ubhau api shurau eva. Both of them are valorous. We have nice Javanese dancer pictures here. Of course, caricatures or what you call clip art type picturization. So there, in their dances, they use all the characters from Ramayana, Mahabharata. So here they have beautiful decorated Bhima and Arjuna. So nice. Java Balinese, Java Island. Okay, what is this? What this man is doing? Krodho dveva bhayaihi na vimukta hayeshaha. That must be reason why I put him there.
No, sir, that is how we all are feeling now. We're scratching our brain.
No tension, no tension. Okay, let's finish this slide. Words in the bold in the above sentences are examples of dvigu or dvandva samasas. They are dissolved as follows. I mean, vigraha vakyam evam asti. Okay. Trayanam bhuvananam samaharah tribhuvanam tasmin tribhuvane. Because tribhuvane was in the sentence. It's gone behind, but doesn't matter. Dviguhu. Trayanam lokanam samaharah triloki tam trilokyam iti. Prayah. Oh, tam. Okay. Dvitiya. Trilokim iti. Correct. Tam. Dvitiya vibhakti. So, Brahma cha. See? Brahma. Brahman. Brahma iti. Brahman iti pratipadikam. Brahma iti pratama ekavachane. Okay? Brahma cha Vishnuscha Maheshwarascha Brahma Vishnu Maheshwaraha Itaretara Dvandvaha. It's in Prathama Vibhakti only in the sentence. Dasyaha cha Dasaha cha. See, they took the plural. That is the correct thing. Cha etesham samaharaha dasi dasam tena dasi dasena samahara dvandvaha. This is precisely how you have to answer. Okay, Lakshmi cha Saraswati cha. Don't need to worry about cha samasas. I mean, basically shchutva and all that you skip. You stick to this. Lakshmi cha Saraswati cha Lakshmi Saraswatyau itaretara dvandvaha dvivachana. And it is in Strilinga dvivachana. Saraswati ikaranta. Nadi nadyau nadyah Saraswati Saraswatyau Saraswatyah. Ashtanam adhyayanam samaharah ashtadhyayi tam ashtadhyayam. That's what was ashtadhyayim. Kshametam. Ashtadhyayim.
Sir, why are they saying tam in a second?
In the sentence, it is in karma position, Bhagini. Vayyakarana karta pratama bahuvachane. Ashtadhyayim as an object in karma position. So, dvitiya ekavachana of ashtadhyayi shabda. Nadim. Okay? Parishilayanti.
Okay.
In bahuvachana to go with Vaiyakaranas. Shilayati, Shilayataha, Shilayanti. Prefix. Okay. Ashtanam adhyayanam samaharaha ashtadhyayi tam ashtadhyayim. They didn't write the final word. We go to the sentence, you will see it. Saptanam shatasya samaharaha saptashati. Just now we looked at this. Tasyaha saptashatyaha. Saptashatyaha. Here it is. Saptashatyaha. Pani cha padau cha etesham. See, pani is dvivachana. Panihi, pani, panayaha. Panihi, pani, panayaha. Okay? Padau cha. So, 2 hands and 2 feet. Pani cha padau cha etesham samaharaha panipadam. So, we have to remember with these special compounds that because there are 2 of them in a human being, typically dvivachana is used. And when we say Panipadam, it is 2 feet and 2 hands. Okay? Unless you are special born. Okay? Pani cha padau cha etesham samaharaha Panipadam. Tat Panipadam. Karma pada in Napumsaka. So tat has been added to explain the Dvitiya Vibhakti placement. Panipadam is Panipadam in Pratama Vibhakti also. But here, Tvam is the Karta. Tvam agaccha, lot. You come. So prakshalya, having washed. So the karma pada for prakshalana kriya, kshal dhatu, is panipadam in dvitiya vibhakti. Panipadam prakshalya. So there is a second wheel around kshal dhatu. Primary wheel is around gam dhatu. But it is in lot. Madhyama purusha ekavachana. Agaccha. Gaccha. Ang is upasarga. How much is there to analyze? Yeah, like Bhagini says, we can become like that. But slowly we can smile if we start figuring out. The pleasure
Sir,
is...
why here thought, sir, please. Why here thought, Pani Padam thought?
Samahara dvandve ekavachanam bhavati. Napumsakatvam bhavati. Tatkaranat Panipadam iti.
Okay, okay.
यद्यपि पादौ इति पुल्लिङ्गे अस्ति पाणिपादम् इति समस्तपदं तु नपुंसके एकवचने भवति यथा अत्र सूचितमासीत् समाहारद्वन्द्वे न्यूट्रल जेंडर ओनली like that. Okay. So we have almost come to the end. Krodascha udvegascha bhayamcha krododvega bhayani. It happens that bhaya is napumsaka, bhayam, but not because of that, because the rule is that sorry, it is iteretara dvandva. So bhaya shabda's linga is taken. In this case, bhaya is influencing bhayani. So Krodha is Pullinga, Udvega is Pullinga, but Bhaya was dominant in deciding the gender. So Bhayani, Krododvega Bhayani. So Itaretradvand. Bhimascha Arjunascha Bhimarjana. Very easy. Itaretradvand. Nothing to. After all the rest, this looks like a joke. Yeah. Okay, so we will stop here. We will gather for a precise hour. I don't have extra time today, so I'll be closing the class a little bit early today because there is another Gita Jayanti Karyakrama of our local group and I'm going there to participate. So, yeah.
Sir,
so we'll
one
meet
doubt,
at
sir,
3
will you
o'clock
clear it
again.
in the next class?
Nitya Bhagini?
Yeah, I have a doubt. Shall I ask it in the next class when we meet?
Yeah, you could ask Bhagini. Maybe before the class starts, you could ask.
Okay. I'll send it to you on WhatsApp, sir.
Yeah, you could ask in the class or send it on WhatsApp. Either
Okay.
is.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thanks everyone. Namassarvebhyah. Dhanyavadaha.
धन्यवादः महोदय.
Namaste.
धन्यवादः महोदय.
Namaste.